Hey there, YouTube land. Today I'm out in the field on the Owlkill River and I'm getting rigged up. It's probably not going to see much of the river, but hopefully I catch something and it's not a boring video. But so basically my season so far hasn't been terrible. I caught one brown trout opening day of New York, of the New York trout season, and for opening week of Vermont I had 2 days where I caught 3 brookies, so you know, not too bad of a season. It is April the 30th, so tomorrow our New York State spring turkey opens. And also, for those of you that don't spring turkey hunt, walleye, pike, pickerel, and tiger muskie season opens. Since they made that change this year. So there's that. I don't usually go after those fish much, but for those of you that do, and you live in New York, there you go. Unfortunately, I have to be at work tomorrow, I believe at 10:15 in the morning, so I won't really be able to go out on the opening day or the second day, which is Monday. The Tuesday I have off, so I may go out then to try to get a spring bird. I don't think I'll bring you along with me for that, though. It would just be too awkward for me. Because you know, with turkeys you gotta be really quiet and whatnot. And besides, it's easier for me to bring you along fishing. So that's mainly what's been going on with me. You know, in another month or so, in June we'll have bass season for both. So Vermont's bass season starts June 11th, which is the second Saturday in June. And this year they changed the New York State opening day of bass season. It used to open on the third Saturday in June, but they have now changed it to open on June 15th, so a little earlier, which is kind of nice actually. So you know, if I go out during bass season in either of those states, I'll see if I can bring you along with me. So now I'm all rigged up here, so I just got, for a rig, just one split shot sinker, a size 6 hook with a half a night crawler on it, and that's all I really use for trout fishing in the streams. You don't really need a whole lot of weight, you know, and I'm just going to cast under the bridge. Alright, and hopefully something's biting today. As of late, the fishing has been kind of slow, but we had kind of some colder weather move through, so that definitely slowed things down a little, but not much you can do about weather. You just take each day and try to do the best you can with it. So the water's still kind of cold too, so that definitely doesn't help. But you can't pick and choose, you know, the conditions you really want, or how the weather's going to be. I mean, I've fished in colder weather, I have fished in warmer weather, I have fished in weather where maybe it was risky to fish in. Like, I have fished in a few lightning storms, even though I don't usually recommend doing that. Lightning is extremely dangerous, and I do not recommend that you do that. But if you want to do it at your own risk, I suppose. Anyway, so far nothing yet, but sometimes you gotta give it a few times to. Hung up on something. And like I've said in a short, when you cast with an old Mitchell reel, whether it be a 308, 300, 400, 408, 306, 302, no matter what model Mitchell you're using, or any of your cupped rotor spinning reels, the vintage ones, make sure your spool's at the top of the oscillation before you make a cast, so you get the best cast you can out of it. So there's two types of casts I like to use mostly. That is your overhand cast, which is your traditional. Well, actually, there's three, I should say. The traditional overhand cast, which is what I mainly use in bigger rivers, lakes, and ponds where it's more open. I use a sidearm cast if I got overhead stuff or I'm trying to get under a bridge. Or if I just want to give it a little toss, I do a stream cast where I hold out a bit of line, toss it like that. So basically, the type of cast I use depends on kind of where I'm at, what my surroundings are like, that sort of thing. So there's that. It's a pretty nice day out. It's not too cold, not too warm. It's very comfortable, very mild today. I think we're in the 60s, or we're going to be in the 60s for this coming next week. So hopefully the turkey hunting will be decent. But we shall see. But like I said, I'm probably not going to bring you along for that. I apologize for anybody that wanted to see maybe a spring turkey hunt video, but you know, it's just kind of awkward talking to the camera while waiting for a turkey. I went out and set up my decoys yesterday, so I got my spot all picked out. And you know, I'm just gonna go out there and try my best. See what happens. You know, hunting and fishing is, you know, kind of like hitting a lottery, you know. Sometimes or it's kind of like life in general, really. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, and you know, you just kind of take it as you go and do the best you can. And there's nothing that's ever 100% guaranteed when it comes to this, you know. It's like anything, you know. Anytime you go out fishing or you go out hunting, there's no guarantee you're gonna get something. It's like I was saying, you know, if everybody caught a fish, it'd be catching, not fishing. If everybody shot something while hunting, it'd be called killing, not hunting. So, regardless, you know, you try to enjoy the time out you get. You know, some of us have busy schedules and maybe don't get out as much as we like, but you know, it is what it is. You know, there's nothing you can really do, and you know, when you got a job, you got to make a living somehow. You know, especially if you got bills to pay and other things. Though to be honest, I don't currently have bills to pay. I still live with my mother. You know, I've thought about college a bit, but I don't really feel I'm ready for it at this point. But we shall see. You know. Yep, thought I had something, maybe I don't know. Right now I'm casting under a bridge. So when you do a sidearm cast, let me get this up a little. So when I do a sidearm cast, I like to have my line a little bit closer to the tip of my rod. And then you just kind of give it a little wrist flick and just let it go. Let some line out, shut the bail. There we go. Yeah, it's been kind of slow lately, like I've been saying with the fishing. But you know, springtime fishing is always like that. It's not like the summertime where things are a little more active. But even in the summertime, though, you can have a slow day, especially on a really hot day when not much wants to move. So like I say, you know, you just try to do the best you can, hope for the best, and you know, just try different things sometimes. Sometimes you gotta switch it up. Hold on, guys. Just something. Now, sometimes with this colder water, I'm gonna try casting upstream a little. There we go. See if anything's going on up there. Sometimes with the cold water, the fish don't bite as aggressively as they do when it's warmer. On opening day, when I caught that brown, the bites were very faint, and he wasn't a tiny fish, I mean, not for the stream I'm at. He was like almost a foot long, 12 inches. It was a very faint taps I felt, very faint. So when you feel your very faint taps on the rod, don't immediately set it, because a lot of times they're just trying to taste it and whatnot. So give it a few minutes, check to see if he's still there, then set the hook, and most of the time you'll get him. I mean, I guess I could say that with any fish, just give them some time before you set it. Now, granted, that's a bait fishing technique. It's not really a lure technique. Again, as I've explained in previous videos, I'm not much of a lure guy. I'm mostly a bait fisherman. I mean, there are some lures that I try, or that I've tried, or I'll throw sometimes if I want to try something a little different. But I just keep those in the bag. Usually during bass season, more so. I don't use a whole lot of lures for trout. I'm not saying that you can't use lures, you can't have success with lures for trout. You can, and there's people out there that have videos about that are much more successful at it than I am. But that's just how it is. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be probably just gonna end the video here, and keep fishing and see what happens. But I figure I'd give you kind of an idea of what's been going on lately, kind of an update. Anyway, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.